Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bottoms Up, Fins Up. Pops and I talking all things Miami Dolphins versus who we playing this week? Buffalo?
I think, I don't know. It's, shouldn't be an issue. I think the weather's going to be like 70, maybe about 50 at night.
Yeah, right. Dolphins coming off bad loss this past weekend. Let's be honest, this past weekend was not fun. No one had fun watching that game. But the more I learn about our fan base, the more I hate our fan base. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. They're so negative, like it's just not fun. Like everyone's acting like, first of all, beer of the week, Carbach Light Circus Hazy IPA. Make sure to run to your local store to go pick one up.
Can I go now?
You could, yeah.
Hi, Lori. How you doing?
Wanted to. No, like I said it on the show with Bobby last week because you were in the middle of the ocean.
The White Shoes. I'm the Cozumel Cabana boy, just to let you know.
Look, man, losing sucks. Losing 2 in a row sucks. But the way that people are just acting like the first, 11 weeks didn't even happen in the season. Tua sucks. Time to get rid of him. McDaniel, the honeymoon is over. That's why I'm not going on any of our shows. I love Finstar Sports Network. I do. I swear to God, one of the best decisions we ever made was joining the network. I'm not going on to listen to our other co-host bash our team. I'm not doing it. Like, I refuse to do it. I'm not going to engage with people who just want to dismantle the team and say that we suck. It's time for these guys to go. Tua is not who we thought what they were. Sharing articles by, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. No one cares. No one cares about those people and what they think. Sorry. Here to tell you, real fans don't give a shit what those people have to say.
Well, I think the difference between our show and some of the other shows, and you laid out the groundwork. This show is for the fans. This is for the fans to, whine or yay and jump up and down every week. We're not going to start bringing out a bunch of statistics. We're just going to talk about, Bart Scott. Thank you, White Shoes. Bart Scott's a clown, okay? He played for a Jets team that sucked and never did anything. So, Bart Scott, shut up, okay? But you know what? We're going to talk about the games. We're going to talk about it from a fan's point of view. And then we're going to move on. That's how this show should operate. And I think the people who listen don't, they're going to hear the bashing. Tua sucks. The other teams have caught up to, how to slow down our wide receivers, blah, blah. We all know that. But, this is the show to where we can just exhale, get some laughs in, and get ready for the next game. And that's what we're here to do.
It's just not fun, man. Like, this fan base is not fun.
I'm not going to include all the, I'm not going to include.
No, I'm not talking about every fan, but this is where we are as a society now. I see it every day.
But you think it's different?
No, but
over the years, you think it's different being an Eagles fan base or a Jets fan base? Well,
no, it speaks more to where we are as a society, that it's, what have you done for me lately? Like, completely forget about what's happened in years or months past. Like, it's all about the right now. And it's so infuriating dealing with, in everyday life, it feels like now we just have idiots. Like, we have more idiots in our society now than I have ever seen before. Just rude, nasty people that just don't care. They just don't. They don't care.
They've always been there, but
just shut up.
But now you see them because they're on your phone, they're on your text, they're on one of the 1 million cable channels. When White Shoes and I were in school rooting for the Dolphins. It was fun. You didn't have any of this overabundance of media, and when the bad stuff happened, you never knew about it because there was nobody there with a camera phone. It is
It's
what
not
it
even
is.
that. It's not even that, man. It's like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but like at this point, like honestly, sports is becoming for me just not fun anymore. Like it's not fun because it's becoming political. It's becoming way too political. It's becoming way too much about the process and this. Like, it's not about winning anymore. It feels like it
Well,
feels like even when we were 8-3, like no one cared because it was all about, are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to make the playoffs? Are they going to what's going to happen? Are they going to re-sign Tua? Are they going to do that? I'm like, dude, like it's not even about being a fan anymore. It's like being a fan is the way you and I fan is no longer the majority. We are so the minority.
we have those people right here on our show
I mean,
listening in. And you know what? Here's the problem.
man. Like
we were on a 5-game winning streak. We were playing okay, but these people who have the corn cobs up their butt, there's digging in the trenches. Okay, you've won 5 in a row. Here it comes. But you played Detroit. You played Chicago. You played the Texans. Blah, 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 blah.
You also beat the Bills. You beat the Ravens. You beat a decent Lions team, what seems to be at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
So they don't want to talk about that. They were on the West Coast for 2 weeks. They shit the bed on Sunday Night Football. All of those things are true. And do they deserve to be bashed? No, they don't. If the playoffs started today, we would be in the playoffs. Like I don't understand why that's not good enough anymore. It feels like being a fan of a team now, it's just like being a playoff team is not good enough. Like, there are a bunch of spoiled, rotten fans that people want to fire the head coach because he lost 2 games in a row. Bullshit. It's ridiculous, dude. It's nauseating to engage with the majority of Dolphin fans at this point. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm not talking about the people that listen to this show. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the rest of, you're surrounded by them. You see it every day. If you go to Twitter or Facebook, that you and I get into verbal spats with people because we love our team. We love this team.
Yes, but guess what? We have that choice. Don't go to Twitter. Don't go to Facebook, and let's just enjoy it. I mean, see, you most of you millennials, and am I to blame? I'm as bad as anybody because I get into it. But guess what? If you don't turn this on, or you just stay and do your work, it is what it is. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going on record. I'm going with digging in the trenches. Saturday night, we win. You might as well put it down now. We win.
I don't see
it. I guarantee, almost tee it.
Look. I mean, beating, but you know what the problem is? They don't have a running game. They can't run the ball, or McDaniel refuses to run the ball.
Well, guess what? Wilson's out. You're going to have to bring up Gaskin. You're going to have to let Mostert carry the load.
Alvin Ahmad.
But it's a question of, tell me how many times in your lifetime, which isn't very long, you've seen this. Somebody, they've lost 2 in a row. They're going up there. The weather, trust me, you got to have some faith.
No, I mean, look, I don't know. It's weird. Like losing 2 games in a row just sucks. And part of me doesn't even want to watch the game on Saturday. Like after watching this team the last couple of weeks, I'm just burnt out on them, I guess. Okay. I don't know.
So come over and we'll watch Netflix.
No, you're going to watch the game. I mean, I'm just.
How are you?
I'm not, but I'm really not though. Like to be 100% truthful with you, the thing about the Dolphins right now, I feel like they're better if I don't watch. I don't know.
Okay, you know what?
I don't know.
You know what I heard today? They were in the locker room, and McDaniel got up there and said, you know what? Michael Brown's been watching us. That's why we've been losing. Do you really? I mean, everyone has.
No, like I'm being serious. Like I feel like it ruins. Like I don't know, man. Like
it ruins your mood. You're just like me because I'm going to tell you right now. If we would have won the last 2 games and we would have been,
it's not it's
whatever, not, you'd be on cloud 9 right now, dude.
I'm just,
yes.
So talk to me about the game on Saturday. What happens? Why do you think we're going to win?
Let's talk a little bit about last week. I want to get trenches and Santinello, and I want to just. Here was my view watching it on a 100-foot screen on the boat. Okay, I didn't understand the first 3 plays of the game. Okay, we're playing against a team whose defense was fairly depleted, could not stop the running game. I did not understand the first 3 plays. Over the middle, he missed them. He missed. I didn't get that. I didn't understand why they didn't come out. My second problem, and he must be hurt, but I'm going to tell you right now, Xavier Howard is not, maybe he's not even a top 10 cornerback this year. Okay, I don't know if he's hurt, but dude,
he got paid. He got paid, and he doesn't care anymore.
Oh, come on. He's
bleeding that organization dry. He's been a phenomenal player the last couple of years, but he got paid and he's getting lazy.
He's been getting roasted. He's been getting toasted every week. I agree with you. We probably have the most unathletic set of linebackers in the league. I love, Landon Roberts. I get it. He's your boy from Houston, but the guy couldn't cover me. Art Garfunkel, whatever that guy's name is, slow. Jerome Baker's the only one with. I don't understand why we're not playing that linebacker that we drafted. What?
Channing Tindall.
Yeah. Secondary, what are you going to talk about? We've been wiped out. We've been wiped out in the secondary. Brian Jones, see you later. You screwed us. You waited till March to get the surgery. All right, see you later. It is what it is. Like you said, it's time to move on.
No, I don't have a good feeling about Sunday or Saturday night. I don't. I'm glad you do. But some of the things that I saw on Sunday night are terrifying. Okay. I mean, terrifying. Tua looks lost right now in the pocket.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he looks, I don't get it. I don't understand it. He feels like he just has to throw the ball much quicker than he has to. He has more than enough time. They have no running game. Boyer is doing a decent job, not a great job. The pass rush, I got to tell you, I've been mildly disappointed in Bradley Chubb so far. Christian Wilkins is playing like an absolute man. So is Zach Sealer. But too little, too late. McDaniel's going through a funk right now, and he's got to get out of it on Saturday, is the way I see it. I come on, man. Beating Buffalo up there in the weather is going to be incredibly difficult. I don't see it Saturday. I think they're going to play their ass off. I think it's going to be a great game. I think Buffalo beats them late, but that's just how I feel.
Well, and guess what? We lose. What if we lose Saturday night? You know what?
Nothing. That's the thing.
You come home.
That's my point. It's like they lose.
You come home. You beat Green Bay. You go to New England. If there is not 8 inches of snow, you beat New England. You come home to play the Jets. You win your last 3 games. You're in. Clean slate. Let's start over.
I agree. I'm not saying. Like I'm down over the last couple of weeks. Yes, the losses have sucked. They've gotten their asses kicked the last 2 weeks. There's no way around it, and you have to ask yourself. I mean, where do we go from here? That's an honest question.
Right, but with getting
you have a lot of money invested in this roster that you can't really move on from anytime soon. You got to answer the question about the quarterback.
Jones is gone. You cut him. There's 24 mil right there.
I'm talking about the big money guys on this team are not going anywhere anytime soon. You have to start asking yourself, the Chargers, the defense was depleted and they couldn't do anything outside of Tyreek Hill. They don't use Gesicki. They're spending $10 million on Mike Gesicki to stand there and dance like an idiot. Like that's what they're doing with the tight end position. There's just questions that I have. That's all.
But meanwhile, the last 2 games, according to you, we've gotten our asses kicked, and it was a 1-score game both times.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Come on.
If you're watching that Chargers game, they weren't going to win that game. You knew they weren't going to win that game. Herbert made more plays. Herbert's the better quarterback than Tua right now. I'm not saying that overall. The way he's playing right now, who would I rather? Let me ask you a question. For the stretch run here, who would you rather have a quarterback, Herbert or Tua?
Of course you're going to pick Herbert.
Oh,
and guess what? I'd rather have Josh Allen, but I can't have him either.
But you get my point, though. That's why I have the
Herbert
question.
The better quarterback? Yes. I don't think there was ever a question about it. But I think for this team, with some of the way they're building this team, I think Tua is better suited for this type of game. Has he been missing it? Has he been overshooting his guys? Yes. Has he played terrible? Yes. Okay, so you go and fix it. And it's up to McDaniel. And guess what? If they can't, okay, then you go out and you figure out, do we want Lamar Jackson next year? Here's a shock, hurt again.
I hear you. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird feeling right now being 8-5 still in the playoffs. And you have this feeling of like.
Well, let me ask you a question. When we were talking at the beginning of the year, we would have said after 13 games, 8-5. Would you have taken it?
Yeah, I would have taken that.
There you go.
No, I would have taken that. But you also see what they're going up against, And don't get me wrong. Would I love to make the playoffs? 100%. But this team won't beat Kansas City or Buffalo.
But we don't have to play them till the end. So what?
No, but that's what I'm saying. But those are the things that you start to think about. That's all I'm saying. You start thinking about those types of things when you've lost 2 games in a row. Like, I'm not saying that is the season over. No. Do I love McDaniel? Yeah. Is Tyreek Hill, him and Justin Jefferson are probably the 2 best wide receivers in the league right now? And Tyreek Hill is worth every penny that they're paying him. Would I rather be talking Texans football right now, living in the city of Houston? No. I'm not saying that, but this is the thing. Is like, I'm not being negative. This is real. Like, this is why this is no bullshit about, they only lost.
Michael, you are being negative.
I'm not being, how is this? I'm not being negative.
Because you're sitting there as excited as we were with 5 in a row. Now you're getting all and I get it. Losing sucks.
No, I'm not. No,
my Mondays are terrible. My Mondays are terrible. When we lose, I hate it.
But it has nothing to do with that. It's
got everything.
It's not. I'm not being negative. Like, this is not negative. Well,
you know what? I'm glad you told me, because I would hate to see negative.
I mean, okay. What's your point?
My point is, I've been through this so many years, and I'm not talking about just them. I'm just saying your teams get into they're not going to win every game. Yes. Are they in a funk? Yes. Are they as good as they were 5 games ago? No. Are they better than Buffalo? No. Are they better than Kansas City? No. Are we better than Cincinnati? I don't know. They've got a healthy.
Not if they're healthy.
Well, they got a healthy running game. But I'm saying after that, nobody scares me. Who scares you after Cincinnati?
No one scares me after Cincinnati. And the thing about, first of all, it's not a tangent, is what this is. All this is real feelings about what this team has looked like the last couple of weeks. It brings in to questions. That's all. That's all it is. That's all this is. Am I nervous about Saturday? No, because I honestly, going into the game, truthfully, I don't think they're going into Buffalo and winning that game. Now, Pops puts it perfectly. The last 3 weeks of the year, win the last 3, you're probably going to get in. If you can beat Green Bay, New England, and the Jets, you're in. Period.
And two of those games are at home.
And that's my point.
And I know, I get it. The crowd, we don't have this great home crowd. But you know what? I'll tell you what we do have is that we have weather, and you're talking about 2 cold weather teams. So,
yeah.
Too high, too low, man. We got to stay steady.
Yeah, I mean.
And if we, you know what? You got to look at this team, and you got to think, okay, you don't have a running game, okay?
Yeah, they got work to do in the offseason. That's all this is they've done a lot of work. I'm proud as hell of the team and what they've accomplished through 13 weeks of the year. Love the coach. Love what Greer's done for the most part this offseason. They have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
That's all.
Then you know what? Be glad they've made this big of a turn. Well, big of a turn. I don't, when they had, Stalin coaching them the last 3 years, everyone, well, God, he finished 8-1. Oh my God. Well, yeah, guess what? They started off 1-8. Yeah. So 8-1 did not impress me. But all I'm saying is they're in a division where New England is down right now. Buffalo's the flavor of the month. The Jets seem to think that they're a good team, that they're coming back. The tide will turn. I think we're one of the 6 best teams in the AFC. There it is. At any time, we could put up 40 points. Now, we could give up 50 points, but with this team, when this team is clicking, you've got 2 of the best wide receivers. It's up to them. They got to get the tight end involved, and you got to run the damn ball. Buffalo's got to run. It's snowing on both sides of the field last time I looked.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And yeah, I was a little negative. I'll be honest with you. But that's the thing is, like, I'm not going to come on here. I'm not going to, just act like it's rainbows and unicorns. Like, they're going to play a really, really good team on the road in the elements. We'll see what this team is made of. It's time for Tua to put up or shut up for me. Yeah, he's had a great season so far, no doubt. But these are the games when you've lost 2 games in a row. You've been on the road on the West Coast. They didn't get to come home after the 49ers game. They had to stay in California. They haven't seen their families in 2 weeks. Now they got to go to Buffalo. It's a tough turnaround. But these are the types of games, Tua, if you want to be the guy. And I'm not talking about going out and throwing for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns. I'm talking about manage the game. Don't turn the ball over. Look to be a team captain. If you need to run the ball 45 times and you have success doing that, then you do it. That's what we need to see Saturday. This is a put up or shut up game for me.
Then I hope they're bringing Zonka and Kick and Morris out of Kick they can't. But you've got to go to your strength. But this is a game where I can see McDaniel coming up with some crazy types of plays.
He's got to.
An end around where they throw it for, he's got to come up with something different. Now, I'm going to tell you, if they come out, they get the kickoff, they go 3 and out, that's going to bother me. Just like against San Diego. They threw.
Los Angeles.
Well, okay, sorry. Against the Chargers. That just was not a. You got to San Francisco first play of the game. Yeah, digging in the trench. See 40 runs. He's exactly right. Guess what? Maybe surprise Buffalo a little. Use Ingold. Maybe Myles Gaskin is going to have the game of his life. I don't think Wilson is going to play. I don't think Wilson will play. I think he's hurt. But I think, you got Ahmed. You got Ingold and you got Mostert. You know what?
You got Selvin Ahmad as well. No, and that's the thing, man, is that McDaniel's got to show his ability to adapt, because the last couple of weeks they've gotten caught going to Tyreek too much. I mean, it's true. Waddle's taking a step back too. You know, they're focusing this offense on Tyreek Hill, which is smart. There's no doubt that's smart, but the rest of the NFL is catching up to that. You got to use your other playmakers.
Well, okay, so they're bumping him at the line. They're getting more physical with it. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I was the only one who could not take Chris Collinsworth. I mean, Chris Collinsworth and Joe Buck, to me, both need to get lost. But he's right. They were getting physical with him at the line. If you're going to double Waddle and you're going to double Hill, somebody's got to be open, dude. Gesicki's got to be open. Just like we're going to double team Diggs, okay? The difference is who finds their secondary guys first, Allen?
Well, and I like this. I think Jeff Wilson is going to play, because I think he's that dude. He knows that he's needed. But no, and Cab makes a good point, man, that I'm tired of seeing all these things about the Pro Bowl and getting these guys to the Pro Bowl. Like, I just want to win. That's all I want to do. Just win. Win the damn game Saturday night. It's time for the official predictions before we wrap the show, because I got to go do some Rocket stuff. Give me your official prediction for Saturday night.
Talk about depressed. God, if you're depressed now, I can't wait to see after you watch the Rockets. Holy cow.
1-2
okay. Prediction 24-19.
Dolphins win?
Dolphins win 24-19. Buffalo will have the ball at the end of the game, but defense will come up. 24-19, baby.
For the sake of the show, the last 2 weeks that they've lost, I have picked the Dolphins, so I'm going to go the opposite way and go Buffalo 24, Dolphins 21.
Well, guess who else has picked Miami the last 2 weeks? The geniuses in Vegas. But I'm going to tell you, the San Francisco game, to me,
they're good. They're for real.
Okay.
They are for real.
First of all, if you don't knock Garoppolo out, you probably win that game. But you know what? You have I get it. Here we go. Mr. Irrelevant, whatever the guy's name is. I don't care. It's a guy who came off the bench and right now is playing his ass off the last 2 weeks. Okay?
They're for real. Yeah.
Okay. Were they for real 2 weeks ago with Garoppolo? Maybe. Okay. They have a great defense, okay? No question about it. Last week, you played a team. Their defense was banged up. They can't stop the run. But that defense came out and played their ass off. And Herbert, all of us, gets hot at the right time, which is usually against our team. I get it. You gotta fix it, man. You gotta get more mentally tough than that.
I hear you. Well, I hope I'm wrong. We'll be back live with y'all next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Happy Hanukkah. Happy early Hanukkah, I should say. Starts Sunday night to all of our listeners.
Absolutely.
Follow the network on Twitter at Fins. Make sure I get this right. Give me 1 second. At Fins Talk Network. Follow me on Twitter at Mike Brown _2020. Pops, any final thoughts before we sign off?
I think they'll play their ass off Saturday night. This is one of those games where you got everything pointing the other way, and it's like, damn, I can't believe they're going to win this. They might, you know what? They're going to win their last damn 4 games. So let's not worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. They're going to win. Boy, if you guys think Michael's depressed now, tune into the Rocket Show after they get killed by somebody. Now, I'm kidding you, MB. You're like me. You're a good fan. You take it to heart. And, I wish these guys cared that much about us.
Me too.
No.
Well put. Until next week, fins up.
Fins up, baby.